So now these passwords here that were already done for our other users are no longer going to be valid. Obviously, we just can't search for this string anymore. We have to do something else with the login. So we're going to modify the login script, and we're going to do it in two phases. First of all, we're going to only check for the username and not the password with an AND statement. So I'm going to delete the AND password part. So if I only have one question mark in the select statement, then I'm going to delete the bind statement as well. So now we have ourselves a result here. So the first if statement that I'm going to create is going to check to see if the number of rows selected was exactly 1. So just to a little help, we're going to echo out a result that says, hey, I found one user with that username. So let's do a fetch on that statement to see, hey, we'll get that one row. So the next statement is key. We're going to use the function called password verify. And it will verify the password that they entered is the same thing that came from the database. And so it's going to basically unhash the results. If they do match, then they've logged in. So now we can give the user feedback to say, hey, there was a password match and the login was successful. So after the login success, we want to replicate what was done further down the page. So let's copy these two lines here that were for the session variables and paste them in. So we want the username and the user ID to be set in the user session variable. If we fail on the login, we want to do the results here. So I want to destroy the session if the password is incorrect. Also, if the if statement fails, we didn't get any of the original, which means nobody found with that name, we would also like to destroy the session. So I'm going to copy the part that says 0 results found, and then there is nobody with that username and password. And in this case, I'm also going to say your password is incorrect. So this is really too much information for the user. Right now, if they get the password wrong, it'll tell them the password's wrong. And this will say, hey, you didn't find any username. So we don't want to give them more information than they deserve. So let's not give them specifics about the username or the password that failed. So what I'd like to do then is just do an exit statement if there's a success, and then if we for some reason get to the end and there is no success, then we'll say login failed. And it doesn't say why. All right, then the rest of this junk we can get rid of. Let's take out the rest of this, and looks like that can go as well. Okay, before I move on, I'm going to look at this page here. Fetch is not spelled right, and it needs a T, so hopefully you caught that. Okay, so let's go back and try to do a login. So I'm at the login page, I try Kim, and if I remember, password was correct. It was ASDF twice, and then a 1, 2, 3, exclamation mark, and choose login. And it says I found one person, the password matches, the login was success. Okay, great. So obviously putting these kinds of text messages on the screen are security issues. We don't want to leave those there if we were in a production environment. But that certainly shows us some testing capabilities. So let's see, if I typed everything right, you got the same kind of script here. We got a username, password, and so after the hashing was done, we had to use this new method called password verify. So if you want to read more about this, you can go into the tutorial that I pointed out here. So we got password verify and then password hash. We didn't use the other two, but it seems to be like that's all we need for right now. So there we go. We got ourselves a working version of hashed passwords. So our app is certainly more secure than it was before we started this series.